In the lead up to The Witcher 4, the gaming community has been embroiled in a controversial debate, one that centers around Siri and the increasing influence of what some are calling woke culture in the game's design. The backlash is fierce, with players questioning not only the direction of the story, but the very essence of the franchise itself. What exactly is causing this uproar? In this deep dive, we'll explore the specific reasons behind the outrage, what fans are upset about, and whether these concerns are justified. To understand why The Witcher 4 has become a lightning rod for controversy, we first need to look at the franchise's roots. The Witcher series, especially The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, is known for its complex, morally gray world where tough choices and mature themes take center stage. Geralt of Rivia, a monster hunter bound by his code, is a reluctant hero who navigates a brutal and unforgiving world. The success of The Witcher 3 was not just about its mechanics or visuals. It was about how well it captured the essence of this grim, Slavic-inspired universe. However, as The Witcher 4 approaches, some fans are worried that the series might lose its edge, shifting away from what made it unique. This unease largely stems from the rumored focus on Ciri as the protagonist rather than Geralt. Let's break down why this change, along with her updated design, has become a focal point for criticism. One of the primary sources of outrage is the idea that Ciri, not Geralt, may take center stage in The Witcher 4. While Ciri's role has always been important, especially in The Witcher 3, her prominence as a playable character has left some fans uneasy. The concern isn't that Ciri is a bad character, but that the decision to make her the focal point may be less about organic storytelling and more about aligning the game with current trends, namely prioritizing female protagonists in response to demands for more representations. The core of the backlash lies in the fear that this shift isn't narrative-driven, but instead a deliberate move to cater to what some critics view as a woke agenda. Fans argue that Geralt has been the face of The Witcher since its inception, and pushing him aside for Ciri feels like a forced, politically motivated change rather than an organic evolution of the story. These concerns come from a broader fear that the franchise could be losing its original identity to appease changing cultural expectations. The controversy doesn't stop at the narrative. Another significant issue for fans is Ciri's redesigned appearance. In The Witcher 3, Ciri's look matched her tough, battle-worn character. She was rough around the edges. Her design was gritty, authentic, and aligned with her role as a warrior. However, in The Witcher 4, Ciri's new appearance has been widely criticized for looking more masculine and, for some, unattractive. Rather than the rugged, realistic design fans were expecting, her new look feels more stylized, with sharper features and a less feminine aesthetic. Some fans are accusing the game of intentionally redesigning her in a way that doesn't fit her character, calling it a woke makeover, aimed at adhering to modern beauty standards that prioritize gender-neutral or unconventional portrayals of women. This shift has stirred frustration among players who feel the game is sacrificing character integrity in favor of conforming to what they see as contemporary trends. Beyond the character design and protagonist shift, there's also a broader fear that The Witcher 4 may become a platform for overt political messaging. This isn't a new concern in the gaming industry. Recent titles like The Last of Us Part 2 have been critiqued for pushing strong social agendas at the expense of their stories. With The Witcher 4, many worry that the game's potential focus on Ciri, combined with the cultural push for more inclusive representation, could mean that the game will lean more into social commentary than the deep, immersive storytelling that made the series so captivating. The concern is that CD Projekt Red, in an attempt to be more inclusive, might prioritize political correctness over narrative depth. Some fans fear that the game will focus more on ticking boxes for representation, diversifying characters and themes, rather than continuing the complex and morally ambiguous storytelling that the series has been known for. This fear of political correctness dominating the narrative has led some to question whether The Witcher 4 will remain true to its roots or whether it will change to reflect the broader cultural shift within the gaming industry. The fan reactions to all of this have been polarized. On one side, you have the longtime fans who feel betrayed, arguing that The Witcher 4 is straying too far from what made the franchise so special. They believe the game is becoming more about aligning with cultural expectations than telling a compelling story. On the other side, there are fans who support the changes, arguing that the game needs to evolve with the times and that including more diverse characters and perspectives is a positive thing. However, the underlying question remains: is the push for change in The Witcher 4 being driven by genuine narrative progression, or is it being influenced by external social pressures that may compromise the integrity of the series? Ultimately, The Witcher 4 is facing a crossroads. The choices made regarding Ciri's role, her redesign, and the game's potential political undertones have sparked a fierce debate that's only going to grow as the game's release date approaches. For many, these changes represent a shift away from the gritty, complex world that made The Witcher a standout franchise. Whether or not these concerns are justified remains to be seen, but what's clear is that The Witcher 4 will be one of the most divisive games in the coming years. As we move closer to its launch, the question remains: can the game evolve while staying true to what made it great? Only time will tell.